There's a moment at almost every wedding where the groom is dancing with his wife, surrounded by people who love him, and somewhere in the middle of that perfect night, his mind drifts somewhere else entirely. Not because he's unhappy, not because anything is missing, but because a song comes on, or the lighting hits a certain way, and out of nowhere he's thinking about a woman from years ago, a woman he never married, a woman he probably couldn't even describe accurately if you asked him to. He doesn't remember her favorite color. He barely remembers what she said to him the last time they spoke. But he remembers exactly how it felt to be near her, and that feeling never fully left. If you've ever wondered what actually makes a woman impossible to forget, it's not what you've been told. It's not her face. It's not how agreeable she was. It's something else completely. And most women have never been taught what it actually is. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you're going to understand exactly why some women fade from memory in weeks and others stay there for decades. And it has almost nothing to do with how hard they tried. Before we go further, if this is the kind of thing that actually makes you think differently about yourself or the people around you, do me a favor and hit like on this video and subscribe if you're new here, because we're about to get into some things that most people never say out loud. Let's start with the most common mistake almost every woman makes, usually without realizing it. She thinks that being wanted means being available, so she answers every text fast. She rearranges her schedule the second someone interesting shows interest. She makes herself easy to reach, easy to please, easy to keep around. And on paper, that sounds like exactly what you'd want from someone. In practice, it does the opposite. The human brain doesn't fall in love with what's convenient. It falls in love with what feels rare. Think about anything you've ever wanted badly in your life. A job, a house, even a parking spot on a busy street. The second it became guaranteed, your interest in it dropped. That's not cynicism. That's just how attention works. Now picture two different women. One checks her phone constantly, replies within seconds, cancels her own plans the moment he's free. The other has a full life of her own. She likes him. She's not playing games. She's just not rearranging her entire existence around the hope that he'll text back. The first woman feels good for about 2 weeks. Then she starts to feel like something he already has. Fully, completely, with no mystery left. The second woman never quite gets fully figured out, because she was never trying to be figured out in the first place. She was just living. And a man can chase a feeling that's fully understood for a while, but he can't stop thinking about one that still has layers left to discover. That's not a trick. That's not a strategy you run on someone. That's just what happens naturally when a woman has an actual life outside of waiting for someone to choose her. Here's the second thing, and this one is harder to hear. Most women have spent years quietly editing themselves to be more comfortable for other people, softening opinions, laughing things off that actually hurt, saying, "I'm fine," when they're not, because somewhere along the way, they learned that the version of them that takes up less space gets less pushback. The problem is, every time you edit yourself down, you also dilute the thing that makes you memorable. Think about every person you've ever met who felt instantly real. The friend who tells you the truth, even when it's awkward. The coworker who says what everyone else is thinking, but won't say out loud. You don't forget those people. You can't, because there was nothing fake to forget. Now think about the people who spent the whole conversation managing how they came across, agreeing with everything, never quite saying anything that could be argued with. You probably can't even remember their names. Politeness is forgettable. Honesty isn't. A woman who says what she actually thinks, who lets herself be disappointed instead of performing fine, who admits when something bothers her instead of smoothing it over for everyone else's comfort, that woman creates friction. And friction is uncomfortable in the moment, but it's also the only thing that leaves a mark. Smooth surfaces don't leave impressions. Rough, real, textured ones do. The version of you that everyone finds easy to be around is also, almost always, the version of you that's the easiest to forget.
The third thing is something most people get completely backwards, and it's this. Saying no to people is not what pushes others away, it's what makes the people who stay actually value being there. Picture someone who's friendly to literally everyone, who gives the same warm energy to a stranger at a gas station as they do to their closest friend. It feels generous, but it actually costs that person everything, because nothing about them feels special to anyone specifically. Now picture someone who's warm, but selectively. Someone whose time, attention, and realness aren't handed out automatically. When that person chooses to give you their full attention, it means something, because you know it isn't given to just anyone who walks by. This is why the friend group's most selective member is often the one everyone secretly wants approval from. It's not because she's cold, it's because her warmth has weight to it. A woman who treats everyone the same ends up meaning something to no one in particular. A woman who has actual standards for who gets her real attention becomes someone people work to be close to. And here's the part that surprises people. This has nothing to do with being mean or playing hard to get. It's simply about not pretending to be equally close to everyone. The moment you stop performing warmth for people who haven't earned closeness, the people who do earn it feel it immediately, and they don't forget it. The fourth thing is about how a woman handles the hard moments, not the good ones. Anyone can be likable on a good day. The real test, the thing that actually burns someone into your memory, is how someone shows up when things are messy. There's a specific kind of woman who can completely fall apart, cry, admit she's struggling, be fully human about something painful, and still not collapse into chaos. She's not performing strength by pretending nothing affects her. She's also not making everyone around her responsible for fixing her. She just feels things fully, and then she keeps standing. That combination, real emotion without falling apart, is incredibly rare, and people remember it for years. Compare that to someone who either bottles everything up until she explodes, or someone who turns every hard moment into a crisis that everyone around her has to manage. Neither version sticks in someone's memory in a good way. But the woman who can say, "This is hard, and I'm still okay," without faking either part of that sentence, that woman teaches everyone around her what real strength actually looks like. And once someone has watched that up close, every version of strength they see after that gets quietly compared to her, whether they realize it or not. The fifth thing is probably the most important, and it's the one almost nobody talks about. A woman becomes unforgettable when she has something in her life that has nothing to do with being chosen by anyone. A hobby she's actually obsessed with. A goal she's quietly working toward at 6 a.m. before anyone else is awake. A friendship she'd protect fiercely. Something that exists completely independent of whether a man notices her or not. This matters more than people realize, because it's the difference between a woman whose entire emotional weather depends on someone else's attention, and a woman who has her own internal climate that doesn't shift just because someone walked away. When a woman's sense of self comes entirely from being wanted, that need is visible, even when she tries to hide it, and it quietly pushes people away. But when a woman has her own gravity, her own reasons to get up in the morning that have nothing to do with anyone else's approval, people are drawn toward that stability, almost without knowing why. You're not pulled towards someone who needs you to complete them. You're pulled towards someone who's already whole and is simply choosing to let you stand next to that.
Now here's the part that ties everything together, and it might be a little uncomfortable, so stay with me. None of this works if you try to do it on purpose. The moment a woman starts performing scarcity, performing honesty, performing selective warmth, performing strength, performing independence, it stops being any of those things. It becomes a costume, and people can always tell the difference between a costume and a person. The woman who actually becomes unforgettable isn't running a checklist in her head. She's not thinking, "Today I'll be a little more mysterious," or "I should probably seem busier than I am." She's just genuinely living her life, genuinely saying what she means, genuinely choosing who gets close to her, genuinely working through hard things instead of hiding from them, genuinely building something for herself that has nothing to do with anyone watching. Being unforgettable was never the goal. It was always just the side effect of actually being real. And that's honestly good news, because it means you don't need a strategy. You don't need to study anyone's playbook. You just need to stop shrinking yourself down to fit into spaces that were always too small for you in the first place. If any part of this hit a little close to home, I'd genuinely love to know which one. Drop a comment and tell me which one of these 5 things you recognized in yourself, or maybe in someone you've never been able to forget. And if you think someone in your life needs to hear this today, go ahead and share it with them. It might be exactly what they need to read right now. Thanks for watching all the way through, and I'll see you in the next one.